channel. If you're new here, I'm Stella Simoli. If you're back, thank you so much for coming back. Like this video, share, comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any video. So guys, today's video I'm going to share with you something. I know you're wondering, I always just bring that story. Yes, I opened this channel because guys, I wanted to share with you my story, things I passed through. And if you are a person who loves to hear someone's story, you are very welcome. So guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What is wrong, guys? Hit that subscribe button. So today's video I'm going to talk about, in this one, if you do a mistake you will learn on that mistake. And guys, don't blame me because everyone do the mistake. So I was 24 years old. I'm going to talk about how I got my beautiful baby. So in 2019 I was already here in Kenya, so I wanted to go back home. I found this guy. The first time I found this guy, I went with him in his house. But don't blame me, guys, don't. So what happened, he told me he don't have a wife. He was having a wife, but his wife, he was drunk, he went. So I said, because I didn't have anything to do when I'm going home. So he said, I said yes. So this guy, the guy, let me tell you something. If you are a girl and the first time you meet the guy and he approached on me to you, and he's very jealous, he don't want anyone to talk to you, you have to know that that's not the right man. Because I remember, guys, the first day, that day I met that guy. I don't know what was on that day. There was 3 men. All of them, they wanted me. And this guy, he didn't want anyone to talk to me. If he see someone is talking to me, he will beat that guy. They will fight. They used to fight. And this guy, the first time he met me, and he's telling his colleagues that I'm his wife. He's telling everyone that I'm his wife. So we went with there is one of his friend. He told me that, oh, this is a good man, he's a good guy. He was having a wife, but his wife, he went back home. So for me, I went with him. We reached home to his place. You see, if you are a lady and you are entering inside of a guy, inside of the house of a guy, you will see that this guy he has a wife or something. But for me, I entered in that house. Everyone, that's how it was. That you guys. I think his wife, he went like, she was stayed like 1 year without coming on that in that house. So for me, I entered in that house. I said, wow, Kumbe, it is right. He don't have a wife. He don't have a wife. So what happened? He welcomed me. So we slept. We slept. In the following day, he had to go to work. So for me, what I did, guys. So you see, I have entered inside your house. There is no a wife, and it is only me who is there. So I think I was just like, I did like wife material or what? I don't know. I don't know. So what happened, guys? Of course, in that house there was the clothes of the lady. What happened? I cleaned that house. It was very dirty, guys. Huh? It was very dirty. I cleaned it. The clothes of that lady. I put it in gunia, mukasao. Yeah. Because I said it is me who is there. I'm his wife now. There is no one here. So I put her clothes in the gunia, mukasao. So and my clothes I put it in that rolling bag. I removed that he English. I removed it, her closet in the rolling bag. So I put it mine in that bag. I arranged I arranged everything and her shoes I put it in drum. Seriously, I put it in drum. So and this guy he came back. Oh, he said, "Wow, kumbe this house it needs the wife." And for me, I was like, yes, it really needs the wife this house. So. And for me, I think he was he was having the life which I needed in my life. So what happened? We said like I think like 1 month, 1 week, 1 week. Then he told me that he want to go and meet my my mom. And for me, I was like, what? When he first called my mom to tell him that he's the one who is having her daughter and he want to go and meet them. So what happened? He told me he's coming, and he told my mom to tell the uncles. But for me, guys, I trusted him. I really trusted him, guys. I didn't I didn't I trusted him. I thought that he's telling the truth. So we arranged. Even my uncle, he called me and he said that, are you serious that this guy he want to come to visit? I told him yes, he want to come to visit you. So what happened? I have to. He bought for me some stuffs. He gave me pocket money and he said, okay, for you first go home. And then I went, I think it was on Friday. So he said for me I will come on Tuesday. So I went back home. It was raining. Even that day, it rains, guys, because it was not even raining in Kenya. Even in Uganda, it was not raining. But that day at night, when I was traveling to go home, it rained everywhere. And I reached home. I called him that I have arrived. He said, "Oh, we thank God." So you see, I have reached home, Uganda, Saturday on Saturday, and he's coming on Tuesday. I have to prepare everything. They have already told everyone in my village that that I'm getting married. Okay. So that day he said he's coming, guys. Do you think that his phone was on? He switched off the phone. And remember that time, it was April that time, they have cooked everything, they have arranged everything on that day. Even there was my uncle, he was going to Kampala, but he decided, I'm not going, let me just enjoy this day. He didn't go, guys. So until it reached at 1 p.m. my auntie, she asked me guys, she asked me, have you called your visitors? I told her, yes, I have called them. You are about to reach Malaba. Yes, I was very strong. I didn't have anyone to tell what I'm going through. Even I was scared to tell my mom because they have already cooked everything. I was just having my friend, but she was still in Kampala. I was just calling her to tell her. Only told I told her what I'm passing through. So until it reached 2 p.m. his phone is straight off. Okay, it is still off. So what I decided, I saw they have cooked everything. They are just waiting visitors. I said, what am I going to do? And even I didn't have any money for transport. I didn't. But the good thing, my brother, he was even him, he was home, and his boss, he called him, he sent for him. He said that my brother, he said that I need 1k Kenya shillings, and he said that, well, you want 1k for what? He said that I have the problem, and he told him, send to my sister's phone. So my brother, he gave the his this English. My brother, he gave his boss my number, so he sent 1k Kenya shillings to my phone. I said, oh, thank you, God. At least I have gotten transport. Because I didn't have anywhere to go, all my relatives, because all my relatives, they know that my visitors, they are coming. So what am I going to do? So he gave me he sent 1k to my phone. But I said, I told my mom and my aunties, all of them who are there, I told them that I'm going to pick my visitors. They have reached in Bale town, so I'm going to bring them. And they told me, you don't have to go alone, no. You have to go with your cousins, so you can't go alone. For me, I was like, no, I just want to go alone. They said, no, you can't go alone. So I said, okay, but I have prepared everything. I have put my ID on back. So I told them, okay, let me go and pick. There is my cousin. She was up there. So I told them, let me go and tell him her to go with her. So guys, I ran. I didn't have another choice. I ran until I went to border of Kenya and Uganda, that is Ruaha. Even I was about to get accident, guys. So So there is this lady, I think she was age of my mom. She she saw me, I'm in depression. She asked me, what is wrong with you? I explained to her, and she said, I'm going to help you. I asked her, how are you going to help me? Eh? They have cooked everything, they are just waiting visitors. Hmm? What are you going to help me? And my mom, she called, she said, where have you reached? I told him my visitors, they're just about, they have remained like 20 minutes to reach home. And my mom, she told my cousin to put music on. To put music on. And this lady, she said, I'm going to call your aunties to tell them that I'm the one of your visitors. So we have reached here in Malaba, but they have arrested us because we didn't have driving. We didn't have any passport. So she said, I'm going to tell them like that, and then to tell them that they sent for me. They tell you to come and meet us. So they called her. This lady, she called my mom, and she told them. And my mom, she was like, hey, she have already gone. She have already gone. She's not here. So my mom, she called me. She told me that your visitors, they have reached in Malaba, but they have arrested them. And for me, I told them that I have already know that they have arrested them. Even I have already gone in Malaba. I'm with them. They was like, what? You are with them? How you have just gone right now? How do you come? How do you come, guys? Ojo tabango to say you banage English. So and my cousin, he said, wait for me, I'm coming. You have to go with your ID. I told him I have my ID. I have my ID. So I have to reach to that point. I have to switch off my phone because I didn't want people again to call me again every time. I switched off my phone and was following this lady to call her. Where is Stella? Where is Stella? Even this lady, I don't have her number. Even her, she don't have my number. She just have my auntie's number and my mommy's number. So for me, I came back I didn't have another choice, guys. Where am I going to do? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where I I didn't have another choice, so I have to come back in Nairobi. So I came back in Nairobi. I called this guy and his phone, it was on. I said, what? Eh? So he picked my phone. I told I asked him, where are you? And he's like, for me, I'm not in Nairobi. I have traveled in Kitale. I'm like, what? You said you are coming. What happened? And guess what, guys? He told me that my mom, she called me that it has rained, so I have to go and plant maize. So I asked him, what can I do? Hmm? You you have lied to me that you are coming. They have prepared everything. Hey, but you didn't come. Even you didn't call me. And he said, just go back home. How can I go back home? I have just run, disappear. How can I go back home? Hmm? I told him, but for me, I'm not going back home. He said, okay. Do you have any friends in Nairobi? I told him, no, I don't have any friend in Nairobi. So he said that, okay, if you don't have any friend in Nairobi, let me see what I can do. So he said he told his friend, he called him. Of course, he was in Kitale, he was not in Nairobi. So he have to call his friend to tell him about me. So we went with his friend. We reached to his friend's home. He was having a wife. So what happened? But this guy, guys, he was supporting me, even if I was with his friend. But he was sending money for food, for everything. Let me just say, every day he was sending 500, every day 500 Kenya shillings. But he was not sending on my phone because that time I didn't have Safaricom. He was sent to his what? His friend. But his friend, he will not give me that money. He will just use, or he will just give us like 200. And I remember I have with his wife, and that's the friend of that man. He will not buy food in that house, so I have to buy everything. And remember, he have not given me all the money. I have to buy everything. You have to buy water, you have to buy everything. So it reached to the point, this guy, he has to send money for, because he saw it is not working. So what happened, he has to send money he had to send money to his friends so that he can rent for me a house. Yes, he did that. So guys, you have seen, for me in my heart I say that maybe he was just busy, that's why he didn't came. I say this, so you see, he's helping me. He has rent for me a house. He said that, let me just send for you this money to rent for your house, so that if I come back in Nairobi, we will come back in the house he was staying. So guys, that his friend, he was over, what can I call him, but his wife, she told me that his husband, he always come with ladies in the house, and he will sleep with that lady on his bed, and his wife, he will sleep down there. And if they have finished to do their things, his wife, he will not say anything. And I remember there is a day before I go to my house, which they have rents for me. There is at night there was fighting when I was sleeping in their house. There was fighting. I just heard his wife. He's calling this guy that my husband, he want to sleep with your wife. Uh, But for me, I didn't know what is going on. But this lady, she told me that my husband, he said that he want to sleep with you. He told me to go to go out of the house so that he can sleep with you. The and then after that, after this guy had that, so he decided to rent for me the house. So he stayed there, I think like 1 week. He came back to Nairobi. He came back. So I asked him what happened. He told me, but for me, I understood him, but I said maybe he was just busy. That's why he didn't come. So he gave me some money. So what I decided, I went to do shoppings because I said this guy, he's a good guy. I think he was just busy. That's why he didn't come. I bought everything in that house before. Yes, I bought everything. And we stayed like 2 days. He went back in the house he used to stay. I used to call him. He's not picking his phone. He's not picking. So what I decided, I said, why? And his friend, they have fighted with his wife. They are fighting. This man, he want to kill his wife because he want to sleep with me. But for me, I didn't know that they was fighting because of me. I didn't until this lady, she said that you have brought Malaya in my house. Seriously. So what she said, okay, for me, but for me, before that, for me, I have already moved to the house they have rented for me. I'm not staying with them. So this lady, she said that I'm going with tears, and even you will go with tears. And for me, if I want someone, I can just look in this mirror and then I just say kill her, and you'll be dead. And for me, I was like, what? I have not done anything wrong. Why are you saying like this? Hmm? Why are you saying like this? So what happened, guys? She said that you will cry. At least for me, I come from Kenya, but for you come from Uganda. What you do? You will not even have transport to go back home. So I called this guy. He's not picking his phone. He's not picking. So what I decided, guys, I have to pack my thing. Even I don't have any money, I'm just packing to go where he's working. But don't blame me, guys. I reached where he's working because he has already told everyone that I'm his wife. I found he was not there. So his friends, they have to call them that your wife, she's here, but she have the bag. She's carrying a bag. And this guy, he called me. He said, just go back home. I'm coming. So for me, I decided I have to go back home. I reached home, guys, and then the following day in the morning, his friend, because he was renting the house with his friend, was just neighbor. So his friend, in the morning, he gave me some money, and he told me that his friend, he has told him that I will go home. So if I have reached home, he will just come to visit again. To visit again, but I didn't know. I think he was just like, I don't know. even I accepted that he's coming home again, so I have to go to. I traveled. I went back home. Yes, I went back home. I told my mom that this guy, he want to come. He want to come. So guys, this part one, and yeah, yes, this part one. Make sure you watch part two, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, watch part two.